This needs to go out just a smidge. There we go. That's better. Do. There we go. Perfect. We're really, really close. Close enough for hand grenades or horseshoes. Hey, folks. Welcome to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. It is the pre-show, so we're a couple minutes late tonight. Lots of stuff going on all at once. Just one of those things, and I'm still trying to get, and that's part of what we do with the pre-show is to get everything ready. So there's a couple of things that I'm testing right now just to make sure that things are doing what they're supposed to do. And
Where's
so,
the notes?
huh?
Where's the notes?
They're right here, but I need to do something else first.
Okay.
So let me do that.
Okay.
And then we will have the show notes up, and we will be hunky and or Dory. Let's see.
I like Dory.
Do you like Dory?
I do like Dory.
Dory the Explorer?
No, Dory the fish.
Dory the fish.
Finding Nemo.
Oh, yes, Dory. This is true. All right, where are we at? This is sub. All right. Why is this not doing what I want? I want subject. Why is this not coming up like I want it to? Because we're not in the right one. Okay, hang on 1 second. All right, folks, we're getting things ready. Hang on a sec. I'm just getting some stuff switcherooed around.
Ooh, I like bocce ball too.
Bocce ball? I don't know what bocce ball is.
Oh, bocce ball's fun.
Is it?
Yeah.
What do you do in bocce ball?
You throw balls.
Like basketballs, croquet balls?
No, you roll balls at your opponent's balls and try to knock them out of the way.
Giant marbles.
Yes, sorta.
Okay. And let me get this. Bocce. Where does that originate from?
Italy, I believe.
Is it?
I think. I don't know for sure.
Italy. There we go. That's what I was looking for. That's much better. Right, now we can put sub.
Yes, Italian bowling.
Ah, very nice.
Pretty much.
All right.
Sorta.
Could you make that an 8?
I can.
And make that an 8 and hit enter. Perfect.
Look at there.
There we go. How many we have? All right, good.
A bunch.
A bunch. All right, so that's there. Let me get the show notes up so you're happy with that.
Well, I got an idea, but
it's a good thing.
I really don't know the whole thing.
You don't know the whole thing?
No.
All right. Let's see if it's this one. Nope. This one here. So yeah, we're doing what we normally do, folks. We're just setting things up and getting them going, and that's what we do. All right. And we shall get the show notes up, and we will be able to rock and or roll. That is good. Lots of stuff this week. We hope you were able to get out and do some geocaching. Since last weekend to now, if you catched Facebook and some of our social media sites and on the web pages, we were putting out a lot of pictures in that we were able to go out and do some geocaching, and that is always fun. And so, yeah, it was good to get out. It was really good to get out. And Miss Amy has something that she can proclaim now that she's been waiting for a long time. All right, there's that. Excellent. See, she is very comfy now.
I'm good now.
We are her computer. The technical terms is went buns up. And it's done. It's gone.
Yeah, they were asking, so I was
yes,
updating.
We will be going.
We're going to Best Buy tomorrow night.
Yeah, we're going to go and get an adequate computer that.
Which, let me just tell you.
Okay, here we go.
Because I have got to be one of the cheapest people.
She is frugal.
Oh.
She is very frugal.
It is killing me.
Now for her, let me ask your opinion on this. I am an IT person. I've been in computers since Pong. All right? And for us to go out computer shopping, for me, there have been times that I have bought gaming computers. In other words, computers that I strictly bought because I needed to update it to work on a particular video game that I bought. And that was a $5,000 machine.
Oh, no, I'd have had a pure stroke over that. No, that would not have happened. I would not be playing those games.
This was probably 10, 15 years ago. Top of the line.
Nope.
The biggest CPU, the fastest CPU, the most memory it would take. Absolute monster gaming box. It was a tower.
It would have stayed in the store.
It was $5,000 by the time I got it to where I want. Of course, it comes with the big monitor and all the other stuff.
I don't care if it comes with Vin Diesel to stand behind it and go,
it was
job.
Mark Hamill. It was for Wing Commander.
Nope.
But anyways, the thing about it was that...
Yes.
Oh,
dear Lord, she said.
Oh, yeah. But you have to understand, I had one hobby. Hobby.
Don't care. I'm not spending $5,000 on a hobby.
If it was a car, spending $5,000 wouldn't even be thought about. If it was, something with mechanics, it wouldn't be thought about.
But those pieces are supposed to be more expensive. They are more expensive.
Yes, but for computers back then, they were too. So anyways, who's beeping?
You.
All right, close that, sorry. Just no, honey, the red button.
I did.
That just keeps it going.
I did do the red button.
Okay. Anywho, so you can see how she is already with this. Now, for an average, like I said, could we...
Dude, I am not doing anything.
Give it here.
Here, take it.
Wow. It's like, where is that coming from?
Right. I don't know.
Somebody is trying to get us through a hangout, maybe? I have no idea what that is. Hang on a second, folks.
Not mine.
It is coming through one of our systems. Somebody's trying to get us through a hangout or something. All right. I have no idea where they came through. The only things that are in are the computers, this, and that. I have no idea where that came from.
Our apologies.
Our apologies for the background, but it's a pre-show, so it's like, I don't know why that was doing that. And I'm going to take it off of Buzz.
Yeah, mine's all the way down.
And it's now all the way down, too. So, anyways, could you put that back for me, please, dear? Darling, sweetheart, wonderful. Oh, please. Marriage. Oh,
I love that movie.
It's so much fun. But anyways, so we're debating about how much to spend for this computer, the laptop for Amy. Now, she needs it for school. Granted, she only has 2 more classes left.
As I posted earlier, and
right.
I was very excited that I ordered my last book.
Right. She ordered her last book. She's only got 2 more before she gets her master's. Okay, cool. And then I said, well, what are you going to need the computer for after that? Do you want to do it for regular stuff? Would a tablet be more your speed on what you need for things? Do you need a high-powered laptop for that? And her response is, I just want to be able to do regular stuff. Okay, cool. I go looking for the different type of computers that are out there, and I come up with an average price for a laptop with a touch screen, because she loves touch screen, because right now on a regular computer, if you push the screen, it doesn't do anything. And it's frustrating in the tablet world to not have things do what you want to. So anyways, I come up with a price of about $700.
Man,
we can get...
I went flush.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and that's what I mean. To me, a $700 computer is nothing. That is what in the IT world, $700 for a laptop is a garbage laptop. This is a throwaway thing, like a Dixie cup. That's how it is. Now she's like, well, $300. They're out there. You can get a laptop for
exactly.
$300. Yes, and in a year and a half, when it burns up in a puff of smoke, because you don't have the
Phoenix, it'll come back.
No, honey, that's like your other one. That didn't come back either. Matter of fact, I told her the laptop that went out That was a $1,200 laptop.
I'm like,
And
how come that thing ain't still working?
That was still, it's 6 years old. That's why.
I don't care.
And it's like, for a medium, average, middle of the line
Yeah, I just have
laptop,
a hard time spending money.
And it's like $700. You can get a decent computer. It's going to do what you want. It's going to have the memory you want. It's going to have the speed you want. Because what happens?
Oh, they're doing your case for you.
Yes, there they go. So
yes,
they're saying,
backing you up.
Yes, you don't want a $300 laptop. No memory, very slow, small hard drive, just doesn't do what you want, and it will fry out faster than you can, go through underwear. I'm just saying. So $700. You can get a decent. I love the chat
even the
room.
one who usually backs me up is not backing me up.
There you go.
So,
all
right.
There is
because she said so. Then I'll go with
it. Thank you, folks. We appreciate it.
Mwah.
Mwah. So the funny part is, and Taz is in the chat room.
Oh
as
yes,
well.
And for the record, I would like to say thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart to Scott Burks and
actually it was Corey.
Even better, calling him out. All right, Corey, you are not on my Christmas list anymore.
Tell him why. He
gets off the show last night and comes in and says, "Hey!" I'm like, oh, this is going to cost me more money. Corey, he said something about he found that they showed this great watch and it does this and it does that.
No. Even better than that. We had done a show on the Geocaching Podcast a couple weeks ago about smartwatches. Every one of us said the same thing. The moment that it makes it possible to use one of the apps that you use on your smartphone.
You're not on my Christmas list either, Taz.
To transmit to the smartwatch so that you can see an arrow saying which direction you're going, how far away the geocache is, the geocache name, and a little bit of information. We're going out and getting those watches. Guess what they showed last night? As a matter of fact, you can actually blame Dudley Grunt because he told Corey. Corey loaded it onto his watch, and then on the show live showed us.
He lit up
for
like
CGO.
A 2.5-year-old seeing Santa Claus for the first time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, toys. That's goodies. That is pure goodies. So I'm like, Dick Tracy watch, and I can go geocaching. Here's my money. And I said the same thing on the show last night. So I tell her about it. It's like, guess what? If we're spending $700 for your next computer,
you can't do that.
Oh, sure you can, because otherwise I'm going to give you an abacus and a piece of chalk and say, go for it.
Dude, I'm okay with a $300 computer. Are you kidding me?
So, anyways, that's what it is. CGO now interfaces with Google watches. In other words, watches that have a Google interface.
Android
wearable watch,
yes.
Smartwatch, that will literally, with CGO on, and you pick your geocache, it will then light up on the watch itself and say, this is the arrow saying
this way.
This is where you go, this is how far you have to go, and you can go geocaching now with it on your watch. Oh my gosh. We all lit up like Christmas trees. It's like, oh, we gotta get this. So I tell her, if we're spending $700 on your computer, I'm getting my smartwatch.
Which, by the way, we wouldn't be doing had it not.
It is pure conjecture now. It's just, that's how it is. So that's what I'm just saying. That's also the reason why we're getting a $700 computer instead of a $1,200 computer, because the difference can get the watch. I'm just saying.
So we're getting me a $700 computer instead of the better computer so you can get your watch?
No, I just made that up.
I'm like, don't make me just shut the show off. Woo-wee, okay.
So, yeah, it's funny.
Aha. Now Mafia Wife is mad at you.
Oh, see, they're good guys. I'm solid for a minute, and then it's gone.
Yeah, it's over with now, buddy.
Oh, no, I am not doing that. I made that up.
No. She's mad at you for telling about the watch.
Oh, now that they got to go find it. See? I put it out on Google+. I put it out on Facebook. I put it out on the web pages for the shows. It's like pictures of Corey with the watch working. Go to Geocaching Podcast Geocaching Podcast on Facebook or Google+, and you'll actually see the watch. Corey will got 2 pictures of the watch showing what it looks like.
Yeah. All hate mail goes to him.
All right, wives. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
The husbands are like, yes. So yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. I am so.
Wives, we can get a group together.
Yes, you may have a discussion and just talk it out, ladies. Get it over with. Have another ladies' night. It'll be good. And the feeling's right. And we
I tried to get the song and you wouldn't let me.
You can't. It's copyright protected.
I know.
So anyways, yeah, that was the fun with that. And so, yeah. Now, the one thing, and Taz, I found out works for Texas Instrument. He actually works with creating the chips and those
you're not allowed to talk to him anymore.
He's a co-host. I got to talk to him every week. So it's funny. It's really funny. And so, yeah, we the one thing that you have to remember, guys, and the ladies that are still interested in it, because it'll go, just make sure.
Oh, he's already got a picture of it in there.
He's got a picture on the chat room of it.
Oh, boy, you are in so much trouble.
And look who put it up, too.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Memphis Mafia. So the kicker with this is the watches you want to look at. Some of the Samsung watches, did I just say Samsung?
Yes, you did.
Samsung.
We both have their phones, so, you know.
Yes, they're great. I love my Galaxy S5. Anyways, the Samsung smartwatches, from what I understand, double check, because they don't use the same interface as the Google ones that some of these other smartwatches use. It's the Google interfaces in the watches that work with CGO. So I'm just saying, make sure before you get it.
I zoned out when I figured this was going to cost me money. So.
Just close your eyes, honey. It'll all be over a little bit. So yeah, that's just.
If you guys hear a scream over in Colorado or in California or Washington or wherever
you're at.
Yeah, from North Carolina.
Yes.
It's me.
Okay.
And we just got the bill for all this electronics.
You know, life is short. I'm just saying. Life is short.
Apparently Memphis doesn't know where his wife keeps the money.
Well, see, that's the other thing. You got to figure stuff like that out.
Yeah.
And, guys, just a little helpful tidbit from your HeadHardHat.
Yes, please do.
It is better for forgiveness than permission. I'm just saying. Because when you call her on your smartphone through your watch while you're geocaching, it's much easier to explain it from a distance.
That's very true.
So there you go.
However.
And a little couch time is always good to keep the heart fonder.
And you better bring home some flowers and take her to a nice dinner and then still sleep on the couch.
Yeah. So it's, you know, give and take. Yin
and yang. Love.
Isn't it grand?
Now, after having said all that, you guys know that I would not deprive him of any gadget that he wanted.
Oh, of course not.
I wouldn't.
That's because we've actually had some interesting, not necessarily arguments, but...
No, we have not actually had an argument.
We haven't really.
No,
seriously,
really.
We don't. There's been a couple of times where our dander has been raised.
Oh, yeah, our first been...
Yeah. It got a little bit like, hey, every marriage has it. Come on.
Yeah, but I would never deny him anything that... I mean, he works too hard for his stuff, and he takes very good care of me and Amanda. And
yes, I do try. And yes, as Mafia Wife says, jewelry is good too.
Yes.
But like I said,
I love her.
$700 computer.
Whatever, dude.
Watch. I'm just saying.
We wouldn't be getting it if mine hadn't had the black screen of death and gone beep 7 times.
Yes, but that's what happens with electronics. You know, people that are new to the show, by the way, this is the pre-show.
Yes,
this is the show before the show.
Something new every time on electronics.
And the reason why we do this is because you get all this background banter stuff, because this is real life. We don't make this up.
Tesla.
Oh, there we
yeah,
go.
baby.
Jeez.
Now we're talking.
Now they're pulling out the big guns. The ladies are going for it. Yeah, I'll tell you what.
You bring home a Tesla, you can have whatever you want.
I'm going to keep that right there. Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, so you see how this works? Yeah. We have been married for 35 years. And
he actually told a waitress one time, she asked us how long we'd been married or something like that.
Yeah, because she's like, we see you guys all the time, and you're always like this. What?
Yeah, and he's like 20 years. She goes, oh, that's so nice. I'm like, why do you tell people that? Not even yet.
No, we still got
a year and a half.
Yes. Yes. So for the people new to the show and they realize it, they have 4 minutes before the actual show starts. Is this really what it's like? Yes, this is how you learn about Amy and Andy when it comes to life and how this is. We don't make this stuff up. This is us.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, I don't know what I'm going to do after I graduate.
No, that's the other thing. We need to figure that out. We need to pay some bills.
Yeah, my student loans are going to come due at the end of the year.
Yeah. We'll be talking about that one, too. Let's see how that puppy works.
Mama's got to get a better paying job.
Mama does. So, yeah. So that's just how it is with this, folks. Sometimes we talk about geocaching stuff. Yeah, sometimes we talk about geocaching stuff, and sometimes we talk about life, and that's what this show was.
Today was life.
Today was life. We had a lot of it.
Yes.
Lots of stuff. So
Amanda's going tomorrow to try for her license.
Yes.
And she's talking about already where she wants to go get her car.
Well, good. I love that with teenagers too.
Mm-hmm.
We say we don't know anything. We're old. We say to the teenager, and by the way, folks, for the people that are wondering that are new to the show, it's like, when are they going to actually talk about geocaching?
About 3 minutes.
We'll get to that in about 3 minutes. But just for the people that have teenagers, you probably already understand this. 1, we don't know squat.
Right.
And 2, when they do say stuff like, I'm going to buy a car, and you bring up little things like
insurance,
maintenance, gasoline, not
payments.
having a job.
She starts next week.
Payments. Oh, does she?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Which she has to find a way of getting to said job. Anyways, so yeah, you say, okay, because what kind of car do you want? What would we do when we started? I paid $500 for my grandfather's 1973 LTD Ford. Perfect condition, okay?
My parents bought me a 74 Buick LeSabre.
$500, great condition for a car of the age that it was in. I worked the entire summer under the table at a Chinese restaurant washing dishes. He tells a story every time
Amanda says something about buying something.
And slinging 100-pound bags of rice to get enough money to get the car. But I want this hot blah, 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 rockety rock that has...
she's actually changed her tune about that.
Did she really?
Yes.
Oh, what are we going with?
She says she wants a Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Okay.
But she says that there's also a Passat that she is looking at as well.
Okay. And when you say how much is said Passat?
Oh, I didn't ask.
Okay. And how much the insurance will be for said sports car?
Passat is not a sports car.
No?
No. No, a Passat is actually something like the boyfriend drives.
Okay, so a little piece of POS.
It's a thing to get her from point A to B.
I'm just saying it.
I know.
All right. So anyways, that's how that goes. So such is the life of Amy and Andy today. And there's so much more. We could do another show just on that.
But y'all don't care about
that. But you don't care about that. We want to talk about geocaching, which is going to be coming up in about 2 minutes. As I actually get this off.
I want to know before you bought the car, if you walked to school in knee-high snow uphill both ways.
1 mile each way. 1 mile each way. Michigan.
Yeah.
Michigan, folks.
You know, he tells this stuff every
It wasn't uphill both ways, but
she says something.
Over a mile each way.
She doesn't care.
I know, but it's the truth.
Yes, I know. She still doesn't care.
And what are they?
And barefoot.
Dad, I don't understand. They're going to take my car away. Why? Well, if you don't make the payments,
yeah, you got to pay for it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how that goes. So, hey, I know we're bringing up memories for people all over the place.
Okay.
Because it's yes, maintenance. That's what I heard about those too. That's why I said. So yeah, but we don't know nothing. We're just old folk that just hang around and let her, throw her stuff around in the 2 minutes that we see her and cross over before she's off with her friends going to it. Anyways, we digress. It is time coming up, folks.
Honey, she's a teenager. They're all the same.
They are mindless creatures going into the dumb tunnel until
their
they're about 26.
frontal lobes are still developing, and they haven't developed.
I've seen the documentary. They're rewiring.
Yes,
some are still going.
They are.
Yes. All right. That's our pre-show, folks. I'll tell you what. I actually had an agenda tonight. That's what happens. Sometimes we make that right hook and keep going. So anyways, we hope you enjoyed the patron pre-show. We'll get a lot of background of all the funky stuff that goes on in our lives, and we hope you enjoy it because we like talking about it, obviously.
Clearly we needed
smartwatch. CGO. Just saying, guys.
Dude, I'm sorry to all the wives.
All right. Time for the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast coming at you in just a second or two as I get my little monologue up here. Here we go. The GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast is a proud member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. Well, hello, and welcome. Welcome to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. It's January 29th, 2015, and in the next hour or so, both co-host wife Amy, the HeadHardHatress, and I will bring you some interesting information and tidbits about the game, the sport, yes, the obsession, known as geocaching. And man, do we got some great stuff for you folks tonight. This is going to be a lot of fun, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. I really do. What's going on now? We had a great discussion in the pre-show, by the way. If you get a chance, become a patron so that you get the pre-show sent to you as a podcast. It was a good discussion tonight. You learned a lot about us and our family life and how we make interesting decisions about large ticket items, that kind of fun stuff. It was good. Lots of things.
Taz said that he would tell Mrs. Taz that I apologized about him ordering his watch.
But he ordered it. Yes, we were talking about, because on the geocaching podcast last night, we found out on certain smartwatches, CGO, which is a very popular Android-based geocaching app, now projects from the smartphone through Bluetooth to the smartwatch. And you can, yes, literally have the smartwatch on your wrist. It'll point an arrow to the direction of the geocache, tells distance, tells the name of the cache, all that fun stuff for you to go and now use your watch as your compass to get to it. Oh, what cool toys this is. So anyways, that got into an interesting discussion. That got into other interesting discussions. And somewhere, somehow, I'm going to end up sleeping on the couch. I'm just saying.
No, you're not.
That's how it is. But yeah, anyways, good stuff. And guess what, boys and girls? It is episode 99. That's right. Next week is episode 100. And
I have to miss it. I'm not going to be here.
You're not.
No.
Why not?
I have a thing.
See, and that's how things go. Always something. So anyways, next week we're going to have a show, and DeBear will be on. And
good, you'll have a co-host.
It'll be a lot of fun. So yes, like I said, watch the pre-show or listen to the pre-show. You'll know what all this is about. Anyways, good stuff. Episode 99. I can't believe it. Episode 100 next week. And yeah, this was a.
You know the constant that's been.
I'm sorry.
You know the constant that has been throughout this whole thing.
Money?
You.
Well, of course. Why wouldn't it be? Just saying. So, yes, just saying. I don't know how to work with that. The whick of the wife giving that little sting to just give that one little last blast to let you know.
You have been.
Okay.
You've been here from episode 1.
Oh, you're talking about that. I thought we were still on the subject of the smartwatch.
Focus, man. Focus.
I'm sorry. Yes. And you will get to hear in next week's episode that awkward just starting out inexperience of starting a podcast on your own. And you'll get to hear little tidbits. We're going to have little snippets of different shows, and we've got some interesting facts.
We actually found out when his little hello started.
Well, hello!
Yeah, and the whole yip.
Yeah, we got all sorts of little fun facts that are in there.
Stuff.
Which episodes did what? So we're gonna ask you fine folks for a little bit of help with this. If you have a favorite moment, a favorite episode, whatever you'd like to say, please, by all means, go to geosnippets.com this week. The sooner the better, sooner rather than later. Click on the Send Voicemail tab and send in whatever verbiage you want to say about GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast with our 100th episode. We'd greatly appreciate it. We'll pick from those and we'll put them on the show as well. So please be sure to do that and get them in sooner rather than later. If you can get them in before next Wednesday, I'd greatly appreciate it because I am going to be
Tuesday.
I'm going to be a busy puppy getting all these pieces put together.
If you can get it in for Tuesday, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
that way it'd give them a couple of days to get it in.
We'll talk a little bit more about the show in a bit, but we're excited. Episode 100, rock and roll. All right, good stuff. Now, on a sad note. And we're given information, and it's not good. It's sad. Geocacher and podcaster Darren Osborne. Now you may know him as Spin Doc Bob from Australia. Finally succumbed to cancer. He had brain cancer and passed away recently. And we just want to say our heartfelt prayers and wishes for the Osborne family. His nephew is still doing he's doing a thing for Cut for the Cure where people are donating money to give. He's got a beautiful set of hair that he's going to cut off, and whatever money they got, last time I heard, I think it was almost $6,000 now.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Is going to go to that for cancer research.
Yeah.
It's very sad. It's the nephew's doing a positive thing for this as well, which is great, but it's still it's sad when a geocacher and fellow podcaster, I've talked with Darren several times before in the past. I know Sonny and Sandy have actually got pictures out when they met up with him, plus a lot of other people as well. The podcast that he did was called the GeoTalk Podcast, and that's at www.geotalkpodcast.com, and you can actually go there. There's 104 episodes. He did his last one in April of last year.
It's out of Australia, wasn't it?
Yes. And great show, good stuff, and you can still hear Darren in spirit that way. Again, our deepest sympathies to the family.
Yes.
All right, let's move on. Things that we did geocaching this week. Had a good weekend. We had a lot of fun. If you saw Facebook and Google Plus, we went out last Sunday.
I thought it was Saturday.
I think it was Saturday. And we went out Greenway geocaching, and we're going to have a vlog going out from that. It was really kind of cute, and it was funny because we went out, found about a handful of geocaches. It started out where it's cold here in North Carolina right now. It's winter. What can I say? But we started out in T-shirts and light jackets, and by the time it started getting much later in the afternoon, we were in full-blown coats, walking on a greenway, and finding different geocaches and videoing it while we're going. Had a great time. We're tired by the time we get back to the car because, as you may or may not know if you've listened to the last few episodes, we're trying to get our health and walking more and finding more geocaches. We're exhausted. We're very tired. Matter of fact, I think we put out a couple pictures of us what we look like before we started and after. And suddenly Amy gets a notification on her email, and she goes, oh, it's named Thor, and it's only 6 miles away. Let's go get it. She has been wanting to get a First to Find forever. Here she just got this notice. Thor is a very special Newfie dog that unfortunately passed away not too long ago. That was we were very close with Thor, and we just, the name stuck. It actually dealt with the superhero Thor, but the association was there. So anyway, she's like, can we go? Can we go? And I taught her how, when going for a First to Find, that you need to drive safely and follow the posted speed limits of which to get to the geocache as safely as possible.
You want to tell that again?
Sorta. Okay,
you want me to tell it?
Let's just say this. I didn't say this, but it's rumored that at one point...
It ain't rumored.
At one point, I think the car actually had
it was airborne
airtime, because we went down this road and there was a railroad divot, and so the road quickly went down.
No, he went down and then he hit it to go up, and we were airborne like the Dukes of Hazzard.
I don't think it was that.
I actually came off the seat.
I don't think it really went that way.
And I think I actually screamed.
I believe I heard wahoo. But anyways, I'm pretty sure how that's went.
Yeah,
and
sure you did that
last light, just before we turned right to head for the final dog leg of this thing, that was yellow. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It was actually yellow. It was yellow. And so we get there. She's all excited. We run over to where the geocache is. We find it. And as she is signing the log and starting to put it back... No,
I actually hadn't signed the log yet.
Oh, you had it in your hand.
I looked at it and I was like, oh, sweet, I'm here. I got the, I'm first to find on it. And I had not even signed the log, and a truck pulls in. I was like...
Oh, no. And I won't even say what she said.
I said ugly words.
She said ugly words like, oh, no, you're not somebody. And so I'm like, really? So she's
says,
in
honey,
there.
Be nice.
Here is this nice person that we met, and their three kids.
Three kids.
And they were like, oh, did you sign in already?
Yeah, he said, did you find it? I said, yep.
And what
did you want to sign it?
Under
my name?
She wanted this First to Find. I didn't even bring up the part about me being a co-finder with it. I just let her have it.
Oh, you weren't going to be the co-finder of this. This was mine.
All right. So see, and now on the way home, because we're finally...
I literally signed my name separately from yours.
So we go through...
There was no ×2.
And we're heading home, and she's like, wow, I really understand why people get so crazy when it comes to First to Finds.
Yeah, I'm like, I now know why people leave crazy.
I would have tripped those kids over if I had to get this thing. And I'm like, honey.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
That was it. That was it. He hit that thing, and we were airborne. I'm like, oh, my God, are you kidding me? He's like, what?
I get a little excited when it comes to this. But it was an abandoned kind of street, so it wasn't really like there were cars around.
The dad, it was hilarious because he says, had we got stopped by that red light,
he would have got it.
He would have beat us. And he said, well, had I had not to strap her in,
The 4-year-old.
I'm like, dude, she's got to be in a car seat.
Slowed him down. Well, the funny part is they actually got another First to Find or two before that one.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like they didn't get any, and the little kids were like,
but that little kid, the littlest one, he comes up to me, did you find it? Yep.
Wow.
Don't play cute with me, son. I do not care. This is my first to find.
Yes, Captain Bigot says he slowed down after his first 100. See, I've got about 100 myself, so I've.
Yeah.
But she is hooked.
I meant it.
So hooked.
I'm like, They were a very nice family.
If she was,
And
if
I
she
would
had a
not have
taser,
tripped I would not have tasered or tripped his children.
much.
No, I would not have. But if I hadn't had the thing in my hand,
right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it would have disappointed me, but I'd have let him have it.
So that's how that goes. She got her first defined. Life
Yeah.
is now good, but the look and the adrenaline rush on her was just priceless. Absolutely priceless.
He's like, "You're hilarious." I'm like, "Dude, I
would have taken him out." It's like, okay, all
saw
right.
that truck. I'm like, I don't know who you think you're on."
Geocaching is such a casual and community-based sport,
Like,
unless you're a little competitive.
Wow, what happened to me?
Yes.
It was ugly, Amy.
Yep. So needless to say, we got a lot of geocaching in. I did some more
it was fun.
during the week in Apex and just had a good time. So we got it up on our Facebook and on Google Plus and a bunch of other
Got
things.
some really pretty places.
Yeah, it's very neat. Very cool. Very picturesque. All right, Miss Amy, go for it.
Oh yeah, the January Patron Hangout is this Saturday at the 31st at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Apparently, there's more details to come.
Yes, and some of them will include. We want to get as many people in the hangout as possible. If you can't actually make it to the hangout, this is what we'd like to accomplish in this particular one. We want to discuss your ideas and suggestions for the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast show itself. So, in other words, things that you'd like to see more of. Specific things that we can sit there and talk about. It's not going to be the whole thing is going to be about it, but it's one of the subjects that I want to bring up, and I want to get your suggestions and really get down to some good discussion as to the kind of subjects. Since we're hitting our 100th, what do we do for the next 100? So what kind of things do we want to strive for the next 100 shows after that? So that's the kind of stuff that I want to talk about with the show. Please bring your suggestions if you're going to go to the show. If you're not going to go to the show, could you please email them into gsreboot@gmail.com. gsreboot@gmail.com. Send them in, and we'll try to include them in with the show as well. We want to get a real good grasp as far as what you find folks really want to have on the show. Subjects, discussions, controversial stuff, anything that you can possibly think of. Make a whole list if you've got it. Don't just send one item if you got more. So please bring your ideas or email them into us, and we will talk about it with everybody else at the Hangout and go from there. And again, that's going to be January 31st. At 2 p.m. on that Saturday. So we look forward to seeing you. Be sure to come in early. If you come in about 1:45 or so, that's when the invites can come in. You go into the chat room, you say, "Hey, I'm here. Could you invite me?" And we'll get you hooked in so you can actually be in the Hangout with us. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and we really, really look forward to it because it's always a great show, whether we talk about geocaching or not. All right, good stuff. So you say to yourself, wow, this is really cool. All this information, all this good stuff that's going on with Amy and Andy. How do you get in on this? How do we get in touch with? How do we see the show live? It's very simple. To get in touch with us or see the show live and watch the live feed and join us in our chat room with geocachers literally all around the planet, you go to www.geosnippets.com on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have our social media links. There's some convenient ones now up in the upper right-hand corner of the websites. Also, there is a social media link that you can go to, and underneath the pictures of Amy and myself, if you click on those icons for whichever one, Twitter, Facebook, Google+, Pinterest, whatever it is, click onto those, and you can subscribe to us very easily. The two that you really want to do is for Google+, because that's where we get a lot of information for the shows from our viewers, is through Google+. And also, please remember to subscribe to YouTube. Every time we do a podcast, every time we do a vlog, we've got 2 vlogs coming now that's going to be coming out. I'm going to try really hard to get one out this weekend. Once they go live, they go right into your subscription box, and you can see them at your leisure instead of having to go out and try to find them. So please, Google+, get us in your circles. YouTube, subscribe. And there's a subscribe button right on the right side of geosnippets.com. All right. Finally, we have our voicemail line where you can call in your questions, your comments, your suggestions by calling 919-341-9519. Or you don't even have to use that. You don't have to get phone charges, especially for our friends that are international. All you have to do is go to geosnippits.com, and on the right side of the screen, click on the Send Voicemail tab. There you can record up to 3 minutes of whatever you'd like about GeoSnippets, milestones, things you've done in geocaching, suggestions for the show, any of that fun stuff. Save it right there, and it goes to us automatically. And the cool thing is, it is free. Give it a try. Now, tonight we don't necessarily have viewer feedback. We've got a bunch of stuff. We've got some voicemails that came in. Wooden Nickel, we're going to get your stuff on hopefully next week. If not after the 100th episode, we might get you on 101. But we've got your stuff, and we're going to be putting that on as well. We've got a couple other voicemails as well, and some cool stuff that's been sent in via email. But tonight we're more in the news. And Miss Amy, if you would be so kind. Are you doing Dr. D?
No, you said in the news.
Yes, I know, but that's what Dr. D does.
Oh, does he?
Yes. I am just saying.
With you, Sam.
All right, go for it.
CETO weekend is April 25th and 26th. CETO, April 2015.
Yes, it's been announced.
CETO weekend will be here before you know it. In case you haven't heard, CETO stands for Cash In, Trash Out. It is the geocacher's approach to keeping our game board, the entire planet, actually, in great shape. On the weekend of the April 25th and 26th, geocachers around the world will gather together, pick up trash, remove invasive species, repair trails, and more. Plus, earn a pretty sweet new souvenir.
Absolutely.
I love souvenirs.
Yes.
Pick up a CETO event kit from Shop Geocaching and start planning your CETO weekend event now. All events must be submitted at least 2 weeks prior to the event date, but earlier is always better.
Yes.
Check out the CETO Frequently Asked Questions to learn more. You can also see a list of CETO events already happening around you. Head over to the Geocaching Facebook page and let us know what your CETO 2015 plans are.
Yeah, you don't have to have CETO events just that weekend, but that's the one that they try to designate one weekend a year. That's the one that we're going for this year. We hope you have a lot of fun. We do too. Plus, it helps to keep our game board clean. Love it. All right, let's move on. Tonight's episode is brought to you in part by Cash-Advance.com for all your geocaching needs. Cash-Advance.com. Go find it.
And also by CoinsandPins.com, the best place to get custom coins, geocoins, lapel pins, and patches made. Go through our GeoSnippets links and use the promo code HeadHardhat for a 10% discount. And FYI for our listeners, you can sign up for their newsletter to get notified of when new coins and patches are available for sale. We're also very thankful to all of our sponsors, and if you want to see more of their products, be sure to go to our GeoSnippets websites and simply click on their logos. Not only do you get great deals, but it helps our program as well.
Absolutely. Moving on. Yee-haw! Yep. HeadHardHat's Geocaching Quiz number 2. GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast episode 99. That's right. Next week, folks, is episode 100. We can't wait. This is going to be a riot.
You know what Amanda said when I said next week was episode 100?
What did she say?
She went, good luck.
Wow, that was very disconcerting.
I was like, well, that was heartfelt.
That was heartfelt. Wow. So, yeah, next week, we're excited. We hope you're excited. It's 100 episodes. I mean, holy cow, that's cool to be able to get to that.
Not to an 18-year-old.
Do you realize that? And I got this from Todd Cochran from
that was funny.
Tech Podcast Network. Do you realize that most podcasts in general don't make it past episode 6?
Yes.
Most fall out after the first 6. A large percentage fall out before it reaches 20.
Mm-hmm.
So we are episode 100, baby. So yeah, we are very excited, even if our, Miss Geoness is not. Good luck.
She's got other things.
She's got other plans. She's a teenager. Yeah. Her world revolves around her, as opposed to us, where it revolves around us. Okay. Good.
Gee, I wonder where she gets it from.
I don't know. It's inherent somewhere, someplace. I think she learns it from the news.
I blame the dog.
I blame the dog, too. DeBear will be here for part of the show. He is like Gopher on the Love Boat. He just moves from one episode to the next.
He's very popular.
He is very popular. He's got a gig.
He does have a gig.
And he is going to be doing the gig with Geo Gearheads on the second half of the show. So we're gonna rearrange the whole show. It's going to be a different format. Just for him, so that we can have him on for the first half hour, and then it'll be us for the
We get him first.
Yeah, so that's how that's going to do. So DeBear is going to be with us next week, and we are very, very excited because this is going to be a lot of fun going back down memory lane. A lot of good things, and again, please let us know your favorite things that have come up during GeoSnippits Reboot, and we will bring those up as well.
Maybe we can make Miss Geoness come in.
Why?
As the muggler.
Oh, yes, but that was GeoSnippets videos.
Still.
Okay, yeah, well, back when we made muggling cool. She was the muggler in many episodes of the GeoSnippets videos. Good stuff. All right, tonight, for you fine folks, you went through HeadHardHat's geocaching quiz number 1.
Yeah, y'all done it.
And we had great comments. A lot of people want more. And so it's been a month and a half almost, I think, since the last time we done it. Month and a half, 2 months, give or take. And I thought, why not? This is a lot of fun. So get your paper, get your pencil. It's time to go through HeadHardHat's geocaching quiz number 2. Now, this is how this works if you haven't done it before.
We ask questions, you answer.
We have questions. You're going to write down the answers, and you're going to keep track if you're correct or not. There are certain points.
I may have had some coffee.
I'm thinking. There are going to be 3 rounds this time. 3 rounds. And each round is going to be worth so many points. We will tell you how all this works as we go through, but the idea is we're going to ask you the questions. We're going to go through the entire round of questions. There's 5 questions to a round. We're going to go back and give the answers, and then you mark if you answered them correct or not. Keep track of your score, because we're going to again do this where if you send us your scores, you're put into a drawing for winning a prize.
Can I get an Apple computer?
Oh, gosh. Could you turn the window the other way for a little bit? Squirrel! So anyways, and no. We'll get into that later. Can we do the show?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, thank you. All right, round 1. Get your pencil, get your paper. Here we go. Now there's 5 questions in round 1. Each question is worth 1 point. So you can get a total of 5 points if you get them all right for this round. 1 point each. Here we go. Question number 1. What does the R in GPSR stand for? What does the R in GPSR stand for?
R.
R. Miss Amy, question 2.
If you regularly upkeep a geocache, it is known as geocaching what? Blank. If you regularly upkeep a geocache, it is known as geocaching blank. What's the blank?
Question 3. What mechanical instrument in space does a GPS receiver its signal come from? What mechanical instrument in space does a GPS receiver its signal come from?
All right, question 4.
That's our printer. I have no idea why it's going off at the moment.
Okay, I'm like, Beavis. How many legs does the traditional travel bug icon have? How many legs does the traditional travel bug icon have?
Very good. Question 5.
It's awkward.
I don't know why it's been sitting there for days on, unless Miss Amanda doesn't realize it's out of ink and she's trying to print something. Anyways,
I don't know.
question 5. How far apart minimum in feet or meters can 2 geocaches be? Question 5. How far apart minimum in feet or meters can 2 geocaches be? All right, that's round 1.
See, it's weird, isn't it?
It's easy, even with the sound effects in the background.
It's bizarre. I'm
It's
like I find myself looking at it going, what's it doing now?
I don't know.
That's because I'm like ADD kid over here now because I like bouncing around.
Why did it do it? All right, so that's round 1.
Anyway.
Let's go over the answers. In fact, keep score, 1 point each, 1 for each question in round 1. All right, Miss Amy.
All right, the answer to question 1 is receiver.
Why don't we do the questions so they know what we're talking about?
Because they already know.
No, we don't. What does the R?
R.
What does the R in GPSR stand for?
I just want to hear you say R again.
R. Wow. No more coffee for you.
Dude, I've had like a cup and a half.
What does the R in GPSR stand for? And that is receiver.
Yes.
Question 2. If you regularly upkeep a geocache, it is known as geocaching
Maintenance.
Question 3.
I'm not going to sleep tonight.
What mechanical instrument in space does a GPS receive its signal from?
Satellite.
A satellite. Question 4. How many legs does the traditional travel bug icon have?
4.
4. Very good. It's as if you have them written down right in front of you.
It is. Well, I kind of know the answer to these anyway.
Question 5. How far apart minimum in feet or meters can 2 geocaches be?
0.1 miles.
Or?
161 meters.
Or?
528 feet.
That's the accurate response. We'll take any one of those
you wrote
3.
all of them down.
That's why we'll take any one of the 3. 0.01 miles, 528 feet, or 161 meters. And Miss Amy will be strapped down now for the rest of the episode.
Boy, you know what? When I crash,
it's going to be a wondrous.
Anyways, you're going to have to carry me.
How did you guys do for round 1? I hope you were able to get through them pretty easy, and it's like, this is a piece of cake, right? Ha! Let's see how we do for episode 2, huh?
Biggins is calling us landlubbers.
Landlubbers? Okay.
Scurvy landlubbers.
Scurvy landlubbers, so we don't get our vitamin C.
No.
We're 2 miles from the ocean, or 2 hours from the ocean.
He's saying R.
Oh, the R.
Yeah, he said,
that would make us.
line.
That would make us pirates.
Yes.
Anywho, round 2. Keep up. Round 2. Worth.
This is why I do the chat room and this.
And this is why I talk. Round 2 worth 2 points each, so you get 10 points total for this round. 5 points for round 1, 10 points for round 2, 2 points each. Here we go. Question number 6. If you want to log that you dipped a traveler into a geocache, what type of log would you use? Question 6. If you want to log that you dipped a traveler into a geocache, what type of log would you use? Yes, Captain Biggins, squirrel. Wow. No more NyQuil for her. Question 7.
No, I just had a thought. Sorry.
Exactly.
What is the brand name? It's my turn.
Yes.
What is the brand name of special geocaching log paper that can be written on even when wet? What is the brand name of the special geocaching log paper that can be written on even when wet?
Excellent. Question 8. True or false? Is there an attribute to signify that a geocache is placed in the owner's front yard? Question 8. True or false? Is there an attribute to signify that a geocache is placed on the owner's front lawn?
Number 9. What is the formula for determining how many favorite points you may have? What is the formula for determining how many favorite points you may have?
And number 10, if you did not want geocachers to easily read your log entry of a geocache, you can do what to make reading your log more difficult? Again, question 10. If you did not want geocachers to easily read your log entry of a geocache, you can do what to make reading your log more difficult? All right, that's round 2. How do you think you did? Getting a little tougher, isn't it?
They're doing good.
I think so. Let's try this. All right, start with number 6, man.
All right, did you tell them how many points?
2 points each, 10 total for round 2.
Okay. If you want to log... This question cracks me up. If you want to log that you dipped a traveler into a geocache, what type of log would you use? Write note.
Write note is the type of log that you would put. Do you know what dipping a traveler is?
Well, it just it makes me laugh because I think of dipping it into making a candle or dipping it into chocolate or dipping it into cheese.
Hungry?
I don't know. I've had the munchies all week.
Just in case you didn't know, dipping it is where you go to a geocache and you have a travel bug with you. You don't necessarily put it into the geocache. You want to hang on to it and go on to someplace else, but you want to mark it someplace. You write a note and you say that dipping the traveler, and it marks it at that geocache.
Mm-hmm.
That's called dipping a traveler.
Okay.
Question 7. What is the brand name of special geocaching log paper that can be written on even when wet?
Right in the rain.
Right in the rain. Question 8, Miss Amy.
Oh, true or false? Is there an attribute to signify that a geocache is placed on the owner's front yard? True. Call front yard. Private residence.
Yep. Question 9. What is the formula for determining how many favorite points you may have? And it's very simple. If you have 10 finds, you get 1 favorite point earned. 10 finds for 1 favorite point earned. And finally, question 10, Miss Amy.
If you did not want geocachers to easily read your log entry of a geocache, what can you do to make reading your log more difficult? You can encrypt it.
Absolutely. You can encrypt. If you have an entry for a geocache you found and you didn't want other people to easily read it, they would have to use the ROT13 and figure it out. You can encrypt your entire log.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very cool. All right. So you are up to, if you've got everything right in round 2 and everything right in round 1, you should have 15 points right now. But let's see how you do with round 3. All right, these are tough ones, folks. Let's see how you do. Question number 11, last round. And these are worth 3 points each, by the way. So it's 15 points just for round 3. 3 points each, 15 points total. Here we go. Question 11. The word geocache means what? The word geocache means what? Miss Amy, question 12.
What was the name of the astronaut who in 2013 took a travel bug to the International Space Station? What was the name of the astronaut who in 2013 took a travel bug to the International Space Station?
Very good. Question number 13. The instant notification feature allows geocachers 2 forms of communication options. The first one is to send to data-enabled phones. What is the second option? The instant notification feature allows geocachers 2 forms of communication options. The first is to send to data-enabled phones. What is the second option? Kind of tough, huh? All right.
Number 14. When creating an app that utilizes geocaching.com's data, what license do you need?
Ooh.
When creating an app that utilizes geocaching.com's data, what license do you need?
All right, I told you these were going to be tough. Last one, folks, question 15. What datum does geocaching.com use for its maps and GPS units? What datum does geocaching.com use for its maps and GPS units? Told you they were going to be tough. All geocaching related. How do you think they did? This one a little more difficult?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We have very intelligent and smart geocachers
They did
out there.
better than I did.
Did they? Okay. Good enough. All right. Let's go over these answers again. Round 3, 3 points each for a total of 15 for round 3. Let's go over it. Miss Amy, if you would, please.
The word geocache means what? Hidden location on Earth, as geo means Earth and cache is French for a hidden location or place.
Say that one more time so people...
This is from the geocaching blog.
Yes.
And it means hidden location on Earth. Since geo means Earth and cache is French for a hidden location or place.
And this actually becomes a controversy because people ask about the geocache on the International Space Station isn't necessarily on Earth, so why is it a geocache?
Right.
And believe it or not, on OB Podcast, Eric actually brought up in an interview with Mark on OB about eventually, in the not-too-distant future, they're going to be doing things on Mars. You know somebody's going to be putting geocaches on Mars. What do they call that? So
something Amy won't find.
Something Amy won't find, nor will most of us, I'm thinking. But that's just how that goes. The astronaut's going to have all the cool ones. I'm just saying.
And who gets the first to find that? I mean, really.
Marvin the Martian.
Yeah, I love him.
Space modulator.
Yes.
All right, let's move on. Question 12. What was the name of the astronaut who in 2013 took a travel bug to the International Space Station? And that was in November 2013, and it was astronaut Rick, and I'm going to totally pulverize your last name, Rick. I totally apologize. Rick Mastrosino. Rick Mastrosino.
There is no N in that name.
Mastrosio. Mastracchio. Rick Mastrosio. Or Chio. I apologize, Rick. But he was the astronaut that went up to the International Space Station and brought all that science to all those kids with a travel bug in space. How cool is that?
Yeah.
All right. Question 13, Miss Amy.
The instant notification feature allows geocachers 2 forms of communication options. The first is to send to a data-enabled phone. What is the second? Send to an SMS-enabled phone.
Yes, there's 2 types of phones in the smartphone world. One is data-enabled, which means an email message is sent. The second one is SMS-enabled, which is an older form, but still usable on both types. That is when a text message is sent. So SMS-enabled is the answer for question 13. All right, question 14. When creating an app that utilizes geocaching.com's data, what license do you need? And the answer is geocaching.com API license agreement. Geocaching.com API license agreement. So if you want to make an app and sell it that uses geocaching.com's data to do it, that's the license you need to do it. And Miss Amy, the last one, please, for question number 15.
I made a ruling. What datum does geocaching.com use for its maps and GPS units? And that is WGS 84.
Yes. And if you want to figure out what a datum is, look it up. We've gone over it several times on the show. Basically what it is, if you wanted to know the short version of what a datum is, if you take a map and lay it on the table, and then you take graph paper and those lines that lay on that map, the intersecting points are the coordinates that go through there. Those grids, the squares, the intersecting points can be bigger or smaller depending on what datum you're using. If you don't match correctly the datum on the map that you're using with the datum on your GPS unit, your coordinates are going to be off. So that's what those are. All right, guys. 3 points each for round 3, 15 points total for round 3, 30 points total for the entire quiz. How did you do? Do you like it? Did you have fun with this one? We hope you did. To make it just a little bit sweeter for you, what we'd like you to do, we're going to have a coveted prize. In other words, I didn't have time to go pick one. So what will happen is, we give all good prizes. We will give away next week a prize. If you send your scores with your name and your address, you can put your real name or your geocaching name and your address, and send it to gsreboot@gmail.com, gsreboot@gmail.com. In the subject line, put HeadHardHat's Geocaching Quiz 2. Put that in there. Send it to us. All the ones that we get between now and next Wednesday, we will put into a drawing. Somebody on our 100th episode will win a covenant prize for sending in your score.
And it's going to be something I want, isn't it?
Probably. We got lots of good stuff. So, yeah, good stuff. And we hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please let us know in your comments. If you'd like more questions and on some particular subjects, let us know. Did you find it too hard, too easy, just right? Let us know. And then that way we can know how these are going. But I think it gives a good range of easy, middle, and hard.
Yeah.
With these.
The last ones were hard.
Yeah, and I do that on purpose because they're worth more points. So yeah, good stuff. And if everybody can answer them all the time, what good is that? Mm-hmm. So that's stuff, and it also helps you with your geocaching knowledge. Really good stuff. Hope you enjoyed it. This was a lot of fun. Let's move on.
Your support helps keep all of the GeoSnippits Reboot shows running along. Please consider making a PayPal donation through the link on our website to support our efforts and your ongoing entertainment. From all of us at GeoSnippits, we thank you.
We really do. We really do. And if we just went through, I don't know if you even realize this, the amount of monies that goes into what it takes to run our podcast. Just to give you a hint, now we do more than one podcast. We do GS Reboot, we do Geocaching Podcast, we've got GeoSnippets websites, we've got all these different things that are going on each time. Just to give you some numbers, just so that you know. We're not making this up. We just trying to tell you so that you understand.
And you can Google it.
And you can Google this.
Yeah.
We use Libsyn for storing. When we do a podcast, the audio part of it, those get stored on a server so that when you use iTunes and any of your podcatchers out there to listen to us,
that's where it comes from.
That's where it comes from. That's where they're stored. That cost us just for that $20 a month. Just for that. So that's what, $240 a month just to store the files for you guys to listen to. For that.
That's $240 a year.
That does not include. That's just for this show.
For this show.
Right.
Yes. That doesn't include
Geocaching Podcast.
The other one. That's,
right. And that's how that works.
That's $480.
Exactly.
Total.
So just on hosting the files.
Yeah.
It's that much. That doesn't count for web hosting.
Nope.
That doesn't count for all the other things that go to pay for the domains, all that stuff. So when we say please, from the bottom of our hearts, we need help with this. You start adding this stuff on, we spend just on the GeoSnippits Reboot podcast, we spend well over $800 a year just to keep this show going.
Oh.
And that's minimum.
Yeah.
That is not with all the that we're not talking equipment. We're not talking. That's just the digital
we're not
stuff.
Mailing out prizes.
None of that is part of that. So
now
you understand why we say please become a patron. Go to patreon.com/HeadHardHat or go to any of our websites like geosnippets.com. Click on the patron icon. For $1 a week, you can get a whole host of all the different rewards that we give and still help us out so that we can keep the show going.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we say this, because it costs money. And we really do appreciate it for you guys helping us out.
Mm-hmm.
Go check out the website. If you have any questions, just email us. We'd be glad to answer anything. We're truthful about it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the rub of it. And we need your help to keep things going, because without you, we can't do it. We just can't do it. So that's how that goes. Please become a patron, patreon.com/HeadHardHat, or go to any of our websites and click on the icons. It'll take you right to the page. Check it out. Become a patron. And we, again, from the bottom of our hearts, for the ones that do support the show, thank you so much. And for the ones that are considering it, please consider going on and becoming a patron. Thank you so much. All right, let's move on. I'm going to push this little button right here.
Please do.
All right, it is time for the GeoSnippits Geocaching Cache Dash. We have some of the best companies in the geocaching world. And I'm going to say a little invite to everybody else out there that provides products for geocachers. If you want to become part of the Geocaching Cache Dash, write to us at gsreboot@gmail.com. Contact us, and we'll tell you all the details on how you can bring and send donate your products to us, and we turn them into prizes and give them out to our viewers and listeners. That's how the Cache Dash works. And this week we do a show, we do a question each and every week. And Miss Amy, why don't we go over the prize for last week, which was episode 98.
The GX Proxy grab bag.
Yes.
Has several items in it. It's got a little bison tube, if I'm not mistaken.
It's got a little
whistle,
bison. It's
carabiner, some earrings.
It's got some geocaching earrings. It's got a geocaching necklace. It's got all sorts of stuff in here, and all packaged very nicely in a HeadHardHat exclusive Ziploc bag. Which also, if you really know the quart size with this, fits perfectly for travel bug log pages. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
I actually did that this weekend, replaced the log.
Man, it was maintenance
weekend.
I ran out of logs. That tells you how many geocaches we replaced the logs in baggies.
And we actually used the cover of a first aid kit and
wrote
a temporary log on it and did that and put it in a bag and put it in there.
Well, it was something for people to write on.
Yeah. I was like, you got another log? He's like, what?
We're out. We went through all of them. Anyways, good stuff.
I don't know what to tell you, ma'am.
We digress.
Again.
The
question was.
Yes.
Still is. What is the competitive sport in which participants find their way to various checkpoints? Oh, that's what it was. No. Amanda was talking about something else.
Okay.
Across rough country with the aid of a map and a compass, and the winner being the one with the lowest elapsed time.
Right.
The answer is orienteering.
That's right. So what we do to make this work, and I'm going to bring this up now, I have a list of all the correct answers right here that everybody has sent in to us for episode 98. I have here we have our random number generator that goes from 1 to the total number of correct answers we received for episode 98. Miss Amy is trying to flip her magic geocoin. It's either going to say heads or tails. Now, say, for example, a random number generation, the number is 4. It's not 4. We will go, if it's heads, we'll go from the top of the list down 4. That'll be our winner for tonight's episode. If it's tails, we'll go from the bottom up 4, and that'll be our winner for tonight's episode. Miss Amy, are we going top down or bottom up?
Tails.
Again with the tails. All right, so that goes. I'm going to actually count these this time. All right.
That would probably be useful.
Sometimes I can get lucky. And let's see if this has the right answer. And we will see. All right, and I'm going to put it so you can put the answer here. And Miss Amy's going to put it in our show notes so it has our name. All right, it says, hi, Andy and Amy. Here's
my Lord. Stop. Don't do anything. Just don't. I'll fix it. Go ahead.
All
Amy
right.
and Andy, what?
Hi, Andy and Amy. Here's my answer. Orienteering. Love the show. Listen at work every Monday. It breaks the weekend blues, and it's Robert Willis, also known as Achmet Bells, rhyme with rock. Thank you for telling me that. And he is in Devon in the UK. Achmet Bells. Awesome. You got that in there, dear lady? Yes, no?
Yeah.
Okay, that's close enough. I know what it is. So Robert Williams.
Isn't that what it says?
Yes, that's exactly what it says. Sorry about that. She was trying to figure out what she wrote, and she actually wrote it correctly. So that's good stuff. Congratulations, Robert Williams. Achmet Bells. Congratulations for winning episode 98. Now, you may say to yourself, wait a minute. This seems really easy. And they're giving away prizes. And this is fun. How do I do this? Well, one, you can't win if you don't play. So that's how that works. To be eligible to win a prize from the Cash Dash, all you have to do is, one, send in an email with the correct answer to that week's question. For this week, for episode 99, all correct answers must be in by 12 noon Eastern Time, Wednesday, February 4th, 2015. That's next Wednesday. Email it to gsreboot@gmail.com, gsreboot@gmail.com. In the subject line, put Q1 and put episode 99. All correct answers will be put into a drawing just like you saw tonight. And I'm going to close this out so Miss Amy can see her peeps too. And they'll be put into a drawing just like we did just a few moments ago. So again, gsreboot@gmail.com. Subject Q1, episode 99 for this week's episode. Some weeks, for the people in the live chat room, we have a second prize that we give away right then, right there, live on the show. Not tonight, folks. We do it at least once a month. We are going into February. And by the way, the prize for the scores for the quiz tonight does not count, even though we're going to give it away next week. We will pick at least 1 week in February and do a prize live right on the show. But Miss Amy, what do we do for the question tonight for episode 99?
Okay. Would we like to show them a prize?
Yes. And you get a choice. 2 tricky geocaches from our buddies, Ms. Lisa at cache-advance.com. We have not 1, but 2 bolt caches. One is nice shiny silver, and the other one is rusty bolt. And they are actual geocaches. These are tricky and really cool. You get both of them for answering the question for episode 99.
Okay. Sitting quietly on the footer section of the geocaching.com's webpage is what animal? What animal is sitting quietly on the footer section of geocaching.com's webpage?
And they're going to go, what animal? What are you talking about? It's there. I'm just saying. All right, guys, get those answers in. Whoever gets it correctly will be able to get into the drawing for next week's prize that we just had here. Those bolt caches are great and a lot of fun. All right, good stuff. Let's wrap this puppy up. Boy, I hope you had a lot of fun with the quiz tonight. Actually, we both did it together this time, which was a lot of fun when it came to putting the quiz together. I would sit there for the first part, and I'd say, okay, Miss Amy, what should this question be about? And she didn't necessarily. She picked something. She picked out something about geocaching. We made a question out of it. It worked.
He said,
really
hey,
well.
You're here. Let's have a meeting.
It was great.
All right.
I love it when it works. So good stuff. All right, let us know what you think about tonight's episode. Use our speak pipe. Go to geosnippits.com. Click on the send voicemail tab. Send us an email. Send us a pigeon. We find them delicious. And just let us know what you think about the show, because we really, really want to know what the next 100 shows you want things to be talked more about. Please become a patron. Help support the show. That we love keeping things going, and we need money to do it. So that's how that works. And finally, tell other geocachers about the GeoSnippits Reboot podcast. Have them become part of the GeoSnippits Reboot universe. It's great. It's wonderful. It's worldwide, and it is so much fun, especially with all the people that come by each and every week and live with the show. It's fantastic. She would go nuts if you guys weren't here.
I can't even function without it.
So thank you so much for stopping by.
The show is so boring without it.
You guys add that extra little spice that keeps the show going, and it's great. All right, Miss Amy.
I want to thank our sponsors, cash-advance.com and coinsandpins.com. I want to thank Eddie HeadHardHat Smith, and thanks everyone watching in those chat rooms. Please keep those comments coming in, and we'll see y'all next time.
That's right. Special thanks to wife Amy. You are the best. We love your laugh. We love you when you have a good time. We like it when you're not mopey. So it's much more fun when you're happy. Be happy. And if that means getting her messed up on coffee, then that's what we're going to do. Whatever works. You were delightful tonight. Thank you so much. All right, upcoming shows. In the not-too-distant future, we're going to be going over the new advanced search features on geocaching.com.
That really is nice.
I checked it out, or we checked it out.
Yeah, I like it.
We looked at it, and it's still in beta form. There's more stuff going to it, but we're going to want your suggestions on what you think needs to be added on so that we can compile a list and get it to the right people.
Yeah, but I still like it.
I like what I saw, and I want more now.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Also, we're going to have more geocaching health information coming in. And that's one of the things that I'd love to get from you guys as well. What kind of health things? Now, we're not experts in any way, shape, or form. We're trying to get, and if you can do this for us, we would greatly appreciate it. We are looking for a nutritionist, an actual nutritionist that would be able to give us one a week a tip that we can put on the websites as a special bonus feature. It doesn't have to be about geocaching in particular, but just helpful tips that we can put on as an extra feature for you to come to the websites and check things out. And also, if you would be willing to come on and make a video with us, just a 2-minute or a 3-minute video, also about health tips that we can add as a special feature on the show every once in a while. So if you're a nutritionist and you want to help us out, and it's like if you don't want to do the video part but you want to do the tip part, or you want to do the video part and not the tip part, let us know. gsreboot@gmail.com. Let us know, and we are looking for a nutritionist so that we can add health on a regular basis to the websites to help you find folks as well. So that's what we're looking for. If you can help us out, we would greatly appreciate it. All right, that's it. Tons of stuff. Really, really good. We'll see you next week on Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for another episode, a challenging episode of the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. Matter of fact, it's going to be episode 100. Can't miss it. Must be there. Go. We're going to have a great prize given away there, too. All right. Fun stuff. See you out on the trails, folks. Bye-bye. Please be sure to join us each and every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for another episode of the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, right here on the GeoSnippits website at www.geosnippits.com. The video version of our show is available on YouTube, and the audio version is available on iTunes, Stitcher, Blueberry, the Tech Podcast Network, and many of your favorite podcatchers. We love hearing from our viewers and listeners, so please leave your feedback by emailing us at gsreboot@gmail.com. Visit us through our social media sites, or contact us via our voicemail line at 919-341-9519, or use our website Send Voicemail tab. GeoSnippits Reboot is a HeadHardHat production and is produced by Amy and Andy Smith. This show is copyright 2015 by Andrew T. Smith. All rights reserved. And clear. Wow, we were actually like dead on.
Almost by about 3 minutes.
We did about 1:29 total, or 1:29 total. So that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, excellent. We hope you enjoyed the show. We had a great time tonight. And yes, just so that you know, she is in electric blue. I'm in purple. I'm just saying.
Yes, we are not dressed the same.
We are not dressed the same, even though we are Amy and Andy. Whatever. Anyways, we hope you had a fun with the show. What do you got?
I can't remember the email address to send it to.
What's that?
Their answers.
Send their email address to GSReboot?
Yes, that's it.
Gmail. We've only done 100 episodes, or going to do 100 episodes.
GSReboot@gmail.com.
That's the one. Send in your scores. Get in the drawing. We will have a coveted prize, and we'll give it away on our 100th episode next week. Don't miss.
And I will try not to imbibe in too much coffee.
And then we'll tell you what happens about the computer and
oh my
stuff.
gosh. Apparently I'm not getting a Mac.
All right. So we're going from there. See how quickly it goes from $300 computer, $700. How about a Mac?
Can't you get a Mac for $700?
Yeah, Macintosh.
Oh.
I'm just thinking.
Shows you how much I shop for computers.
And the saga continues. We'll see you folks next week. Have fun. Be safe out there geocaching. Bye-bye, folks.